So today I'm working on a two-piece set for a client, and I already cut out the pieces. As you can see, this is the front bodies and I have the back bodies, and I'm not going to put a zipper on this particular top. But if you're not going to put a zipper, you have to add extra allowances so that you can be able to wear the top easily. I don't know if I made sense. And this is how the sleeves look like. The bottom is shaped like a V. It's very cutesy. I love it. So I already put a picture of the inspo pic, and it's also on the thumbnail, so that's what I'm kind of working with. If you want to know how to make the patterns for this particular set, kindly just leave a comment and I will do a video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Next, I have my skirt pieces right here, and I have already marked where the darts are, and that's the first thing I'm actually going to do. The back pattern, I already put an extra 1-inch allowance for the zip, and that is where the zip is supposed to stop, that mark. Here I'm just separating the back pattern because it's supposed to be 2 pieces. And you will also need a zipper. I chose this red one because I think it matches, it kind of blends very well with the fabric. So let's start with the skirt. I'm just going to start by stitching up the darts, and I'm going to do that for the 2 pieces for the back and the 1 piece for the front. Once I've stitched the lining, I'm also going to do the same thing for the main fabric. The darts are done and the skirt is already starting to take shape, and I'm really loving this fabric. It looks really good. Also, a point to note is that the lining is 1 inch shorter than the main fabric, and this is to help with the hemming. Next, I'm going to work on the lining pieces, and I'm just placing the right sides together, and I'm just putting pins on the side seams, as you can see, and I'm going to make a stitch. I'm going to do the same thing for the main fabric, put them right sides together and stitch the side seams. Make sure you iron your lining and your main fabric. Do not skip that part. Make sure the seams are open just like that. Okay, now it's time to join the main fabric to the lining piece. So I'm going to place the right sides together, and I'm going to stitch the bottom part just like that. Put pins if you want to put pins, but just stitch that part from one side to the other side, and remember the lining is 1 inch shorter than the main fabric. After you make that stitch, you're just going to pull the lining to match the waistline of the main fabric, and you're just going to iron. This is how it looks like after I ironed. Nice and neat. I'm going to finish off my skirt by attaching the zipper. So what I'm going to do is take the right side and the right side of the main fabric, okay, and remember the mark that we put, that I showed you at the beginning of the video. That is where the zipper will stop, that mark right there. So I marked it and I stitched from that mark to the hemline. and remember to back stitch at the start and at the end. I have already attached my zipper to the back part of the skirt, and this is how it looks like. So the next thing I'm going to do is just take my lining and the main fabric and make sure right sides are touching. So pay attention to this part. I am just going to take the right side of my skirt. Let me just trim this off. So I'm just going to take that right side and right side like that, and I'm going to put a pin so that I get an idea of how I should stitch. So now I'm going to turn my skirt inside out, and I'm going to work on the waistline first. So I'm just going to take the right side of the waistline and the right side of the lining, that's why we pinned it, and I'm just going to stitch all the way around. After that, I'm going to align the back seams and pin them and also stitch them. And also left a little gap so that I'd be able to turn everything inside out. So this is what I'm talking about. I left a little gap. Mine was too little, just I had to seam rip it a little bit so that it's easier for me to turn it the right side. After turning it, this is how it should look like. As you can see, the waistline is very neat. I just have to iron this skirt now, and the zipper is nice. It's looking nice. I like the red. I like that I chose red. So this is the mini skirt. That's how it looks like. Next, I'm going to be working now on the top. So this one is just to iron and cut excess threads or anything excess, but it's done essentially. So I'm just going to take my top and I'm going to, this is very easy to do, just get the front and the back right sides together and stitch the shoulder seams first. I am also going to do the same for the back, for the main fabric, sorry. After that, I'm going to place the main fabric and the lining right sides together like so, and I'm going to stitch the side seams. So this part is tricky. Do not stitch the neckline. I repeat, do not stitch the neckline. So just stitch from one side seam all the way around to the other, including the armholes, and just stitch it all around, but do not stitch that neckline because that's where you'll be turning your top from. I did not do that and I learned the hard way. So you're going to make a few snips on those curved areas for them to lay flat. After turning it to the right side and ironing, I'm going to take now my sleeves, find the center like that, and the center and the shoulder seam should match, and then I'm just going to pin it and stitch both sides of the sleeves. This is what I have. So the next thing is to just attach the side seam and the sleeve, and I'm just going to pin it like that and make a stitch. And remember to also hem the bottom of your sleeves also. I'm also going to finish off the neckline by just double hemming, but you can put bias or facing, whatever you want to do. And so the only thing remaining is to cut off excess thread, excess fabric, and also ironing it properly. I hope you enjoyed my little sewing vlog, and if you haven't subscribed, again, just subscribe to the channel. It helps me a lot. And like the video, share to your friends who love fashion, And yeah, let me show you the end result. Remember, this was for a client, so I couldn't wear it on my body, but this is how it looks like. Very nice, very nice.